Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of FSEconomy with me, Herd 37. So we're going to jump back in the Cessna 182 Skylane. It's actually been a couple weeks since I've flown that plane, so we had to try and get used to that again. But, yeah, it's another flight over here in, Holtenau, I guess is how you say it, Germany. That's EDHK. And in this one, we're going to go fly, basically, it's over near Hamburg. It's in Hamburg, it's just not Hamburg. EDHI. That's, I try to say it, Finkenwerder, in Hamburg, Germany. EDHI. And then there's one coming back. I don't know if I'll record that or just go ahead and do that myself. I'm not really sure. I'll probably record that just on the way back. It's a short flight, as you can see. It's only 52 nautical miles. Let's go over to my flight. Just holds 3 people, and we've obviously got the whole 3 people. We won't need to do anything with the fuel. As you can see, it's got 72 gallons. It can hold 92, but it's got 72 in it, using just 14 an hour, and just being 52 nautical miles would be easy. Let's go over here to Flight Sim Commander. I didn't download the weather. I just restarted the computer. But we use the tower at Holtenau to tell us what runway to take off. Unless there isn't one, I didn't fly it over here. Someone else from YT Flyers, I think, flew it over here, or somebody did. Well, crap. That's crosswind. So I guess if there isn't a tower, we'll take off on, what is that, 26? Alright, and then I set up to come over to this VOR right there at Hamburg. And here's Finkenwerder. As you can see, the wind... Crap, I hate when that happens. The wind is basically coming straight out the west. There was one here a minute ago. It also showed it coming out the west. So with that, we need to come in here. There's just the one runway here. And coming in on 23. That's a heading of 230. 108.5 is the localizer frequency. And like you can see, it's just barely southwest of Hamburg. In fact, in the chart, they tell you, don't mistake Hamburg for this airport. Let me go over here and look at the chart. I really don't like this kind of chart. There's 2 different kinds of charts. If you've seen the AirNav ones, they're different. I can't remember the exact name of each of them, but I actually prefer the other ones a little bit better. Anyway, we're going to come straight into, I guess, Tamob. As you can see, it's 230. Is our course, and is a glide slope of 3 degrees. You do need your DME. 9.4 miles out at Tamob. 3,000 feet. When you're 3.7 out, you need to be about 1,190 feet, and 550 feet at 1.7 out, and at 0.7 out is your minimums. And there you go. If you want, you can pause it and take a look at it yourself. But me, go ahead and get out of here. And I guess with all of that, we can go ahead and get in the plane. Alright, everybody, here we are at the plane. All of a sudden, my views out here are all screwed up. I don't know what that's all about. I think that's one of the weird things with this plane. There's just weird things about it. There we are. So let's get FSEconomy going. Alright, we got the 2 greens. We'll start the flight. Make sure it's going. There we go. Full screen it. Alright, now one thing we need to do as well is get our passengers. We got our 3 people, so I'm not going to worry about that. Let's see. We do need to worry. I don't know if we got anything, if we have to worry about the baggage. I'm not going to worry about that either. Fuel total, we need to mess with that, obviously. Because it says we got 10 gallons in each, and actually we have 72 total gallons. We need 36 gallons in each. So I have to raise that up. You can see FSEconomy, I guess, can't load this plane totally correctly. I think this thing comes back to what you had it at last time. So that's what does that. Alright, 36 gallons. 36 gallons, we're at 72. We've got our 3 people. I don't think we have to worry about their weight. Also, I don't know about the baggage. I don't know. I'll just kind of leave the baggage alone then. That's got 40. Maybe we'll put it back to 40. Let's see what baggage A has. That has 60. Yeah, we'll leave it. FSEconomy doesn't care about that. Alright. So it's been a couple weeks. I'm still kind of intimidated by this plane, to be quite honest. But we'll get to it. We won't do the before starting engine checklist. We'll say that's all good. Let's come down here. A throttle, about 1/4 of an inch open. Propeller goes to high RPM. Mixture is an idle cutoff. Propeller area is clear. Turn on our master switch. Flashing beacon. Now, I'm not going to prime this because I've had a problem, of course, with the flooding and everything. And it was just running just a second ago. Because when you start this plane up, it comes running, I guess. So I'm not going to mess with that. Mixture, blah, blah, blah. Ignition switch. Alright, we'll go to start. We have to give it a little bit of fuel. See if we can't get it started up here. Here she goes. Alright, set that to full rich, and then I'll actually lean it out. I'm going to give it just a little more throttle. I'm going to set to 55 right there. Alright. Set the RPMs up. Let me switch my view and get rid of this yoke. Get it right close to 1,000. Alright. Oil pressure, checked. It's in the green. Ammeter is good. Navigation lights, we'll go ahead and turn the nav lights on. Is my parking brake, did I turn that off? No, okay, it is on. Taxi and landing switch, we don't need that. Avionics master switch comes on. Let's turn on all of our equipment. Alright, it's in standby. Flaps retracted. Are they? Alright, they are retracted. Next page. Parking brake is set. Passenger seat backs, we don't worry about that. Seats, cabin doors, flight controls. I'll bring back the yoke up here. Free and clear. See moving the plane. Rudder as well. Get rid of that again. Alright, fuel quantity. We are almost full, like we should be. It's the 72 gallons. It's almost full. It was 92, I think we hold. Fuel quantity check to mixture. Goes to rich, although we're not going to do the... Actually, I guess we don't need to do this yet. I think we need to taxi over, and then we'll do this. I wish it would say that. I think it doesn't. By the way, I'm going to switch over to GPS. Make sure we've got that all correct in there. We do. See if I can turn off the messages. I don't know how to do. Sometimes you just hold it. But other ones just like on the default one. I don't know. I can't get that one. Let's see if we do have a tower, though. Kiel ground. We're going to be departing to the south.
Kiel ground, Cessna, November 6182 Golf, ready to taxi, south departure. Cessna, November 6182 Golf, taxi 2 and hold short of runway 26 for taxiway.
Alright, 26. That was one we were going to take off on if there wasn't one.
When ready.
Alright, acknowledge our taxi clearance. Turn on the progressive taxi. Alright, out to our left. Let's come down here. Get rid of that. Turn on. I'm going to turn on our torpedo heat, by the way. Taxi light, come on. We should probably set this to about 2.6. I'll just put it at 260. Parking brake is coming off. Go over to the runway. That's probably it right there in front of us. weekend. Alright, now we can get going a little better. I don't like messing with the throttle at all when we're going. Not in this plane. Like I said, this plane makes me taxi a little bit more, a little slower. Which is probably good because I do taxi fast. Yeah, it was the before takeoff list I was looking at. I was gonna say, when I saw full rich on the thing, I was like, wait a second, I know we don't do that until we get over there. See, it seems like we're taxiing fast now. Bring back the power just a little bit. Almost sounds like she's gonna die sometimes. Alright, runway is right up here. We can start our flight. We need to put in our cruising altitude, which is going to be 4,500 feet. Let me just set that. Alright, start hitting the brakes and getting her slowed down. I hate that it goes forward like that. It feels like I'm mashing on the brakes when I'm really not. Just kind of pumping it, really. See, it does it again. Kind of ridiculous. Alright, parking brake comes on. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and do that. 4,500. Alright, now we can do the before takeoff checklist. Parking brake is set. Passenger seat backs and everything. Oh, I hit the throttle there. Cabin doors, flight controls, we already showed are free and correct. Flight information, fuel quantity was checked. Alright, now we need to go down here. Mixture goes to rich. Fuel selector is in both. Our cowling flaps are open, by the way. Elevator and trim, we need to trim that a little bit. Alright, it's in takeoff. Alright, now we need to do our magneto check, so this goes up to 1800. Alright. Left. Oh shit. Hold on. There we go. Wow, that is not good at all. That was a total fail, was it not? I'm kind of confused by that because to me that would be a total fail right there. Alright. Jiminy Christmas. Kind of scares me because, well, it doesn't scare me, but I mean, what do you do if it fails? There's nothing I can do. I just checked the plane out a second ago and it said everything was in good shape. Alright, annunciator panel, ensure no, we're good. We'll switch over to GPS, throttle is 1,000 or less. Move just down a little bit. Alright, strobe light, landing light coming on. We actually should have already hit up the tower. Request our clearance.
Kiel Tower, Cessna, November 6182 Golf at runway.
Alright, radios and avionics are all set. Nav, we're switched over to GPS up at the top. Wing flaps. Set to 10. Acknowledge that. Cowling flaps, as I said, are open.
Cessna 82 Golf.
Alright, we can get that out of the way. Sorry, Alright, so we're good. Just check to our left real quick. Can't really see anything to the right. Alright, brake is coming off. I believe we rotate at what is 50 to 60 knots. Alright, go ahead and get on out of here. Airspeed's alive. There's 60, go ahead and rotate. Man, every time she gets me. Good Lord. Man, come on, plane. And she's just, you can see me fighting it over. She just wants to go straight left on me. We weren't even climbing at that high of a rate. She wanted to stall. Alright, retracting the flaps. Alright, climb at 85 to 95 knots. Man, look at her. When I let go, she just goes straight left. Good Lord. Letting up a little bit now. But usually, I mean, when we take off, she goes a little left, but that got a little ridiculous there. Alright, so we're at full power. Like I said, we need to climb at about 85 to 95 knots. We'll start leaning her out as appropriate. Man, that was a wicked takeoff. I didn't know if we were gonna make it up or not. Right there, we're at 90. I can just hold it right there, which I can't because I come down here. Switch it over to nav. Nose is coming up. Now she's got the nose coming down. We have to figure this autopilot out. Move that to 7. Although we actually can climb a little better than that in this plane. I'll move it to 1,000. Alright, the en route climb, like I said, 85 to 95 knots. Power 23 inches or full throttle, whichever is less, 2,400 RPM. Fuel selector is in both, as we know. Cowling flaps open is required. Our speed is coming down a little bit. We're coming up on 2,300 feet. These papers out of the way. Alright, speed's down to 90 knots. Move that down to 800 as the speed keeps coming down. Oh man, that was a bad takeoff. Like I said, I was struggling to keep it up. to go straight left and down, and we didn't even have to nose up like that. It's kind of strange. Wrong way. Alright, we got a good cruise climb speed here, right at 3,000 feet. I don't know the autopilot obviously very well. It has an arm button, which is... I don't know how you arm that. See, that's for altitude arm, I guess. So you set your vertical altitude, then we go over to vertical speed. Use that to climb and hit arm, and it'll, I guess, arm it for the altitude. We'll see if she stops. We're at 3,400 feet, so we need to be leaning it out. Alright, 1,000 feet from our 4,500. We're only 35 miles out. We do know that we need to lean these planes out. I flew the 172 not too long ago, and geez, I only had it leaned out to like 85 or 90 when we got up to our cruising altitude, and it needed to be down like all the way down to 40. So they do have to be leaned out quite a lot. We may not have time to perfectly lean out because like we're already 34 miles out. But I know this needs to be leaned out a lot more than what we have it. Speed is still good. To go. By the way, our scenery is very dense and dense. Hamburg is kind of a hard area to run, so I turned that down a little bit. Alright, so we did level out. I'm going to pull it back. Back the power. Alright, because cruise, we need to be 15 to 23 inches. We're good. That's for the power. RPM no more than 80%. Alright, so we are good. And then cow flaps need to be closed. And the mixture needs to be obviously leaned out. I'm sure we need to lean this out more. I'm going to put that as 60%. You see the temperature going up, 14, 41, 42. I leaned it out a lot right there, so it'll keep moving a little bit. See, our fuel flow is right, what is that, maybe a 10.5 or so? 1453. 29 miles out. To 556. So you gotta give that a minute to correct itself to get to wherever, not correct itself, but get to where it's going to be. Right, 1460. Pull that out a couple more. Going up. $14.65. 66. Still going up. 69. Here's 70. '71. Still going up. Alright, 27. That's from, actually, that's not from the airport. That's from that Hamburg VOR, actually. 1476. Put that down to 50. 1478. She didn't come up quite as much, so we know we're right around it. 79. 1480. 1482. Gotta say, lean this out. It takes forever. 1483. I think we're about there. I'm gonna move it 2 more. 84. 85. I'm actually going to lean out 1 more to 45, and I think we're going to call that quits. Because we're right there. You'll see that it's not hardly moving up now. Alright, I'm going to speed this up for just a second. I'll be right back. Alright everybody, I literally sped it up for a minute. Alright, so we're about 15 miles out from the Hamburg VOR, HAM, and when I'm there, I wanted to be around 3,000 feet. And we're not going to use the tower, like I said, obviously. Alright, so we got the ILS for 23. Vectors or LBE? I'll just go with vectors. Load. I'm not going to activate that just yet, because we're still going over to the Hamburg VOR. So if I activate it, it'll take me straight over there, so I don't want to do that. Like I said, I would like to go down to 3,000. Now the altitude is ours, so I guess you just click that once and it leaves it there. We don't need to descend really quick. We're still 12 miles out. We just got 1,500 feet to go. Miles out. I'll tell you what, we'll just go to 2x while we're doing this. It's just that the plane flies so slow. It'll take forever. I like to do that on the recording. See, there's actually going to be the approach right there, which it looks like it does pretty much, oops, start at the Hamburg VOR, unless that goes on a little bit. 'Alright, there is TAM. That was on our... Alright, we're at 4,000. TAM, which was on our... if you remember the chart, that was our spot. And now I'd like to get down a little quicker. We'll move that to 700. Although there's no real hurry. Let's go 700. It's alright. might come in slightly high. The airport elevation is something like 20 feet, if I remember correctly. I don't remember if I said anything about it. Alright, so that's not actually, that's the start of the approach, not over here. That was just the line that we keep taking. Alright, there were 3,000 feet. Yeah, we did come down a little quicker than we really needed to. Alright, I'm going to move that to 80%, or 80% to full. I'm going to bring this up to 90. Actually, at 3,000, I'll go ahead and put it full because it really does need to technically be at full. I'm going to increase the power a little bit. Cowling flaps stay closed. Alright, so I'm going to go down here, procedures. We'll go ahead and activate this approach. And I'm going to move this back to normal. Come over here to my radios. Addons.
1158 Zulu, wind 290 at warp, visibility greater than 20 miles. Sky conditions 4,100 scattered, 7,100 scattered, ceiling 190,800 broken, temperature 260.
Temperature is 3,000.
Altimeter 3000, ILS, runway 23 in use, landing and departing, runway 23.
23 is in use.
The direction of flight. All aircraft will be back on shore.
Alright. So I do believe that is Hamburg. We're just a little on beyond that. Alright, so let's get our navigation in here. 108.5. See how far out we are. Whoops. Come on, there we go. Damn it, I thought I had that the distance written down on my notes, and I don't. Damn it. The new SAMAB we needed to be at 3,000. Didn't write that crap down because we got our equipment for the DME. So if I would have written that down, I would have known exactly where we needed to be. Son of a bitch. Absolute son of a bitch. 230. Can't believe I don't have that written down. I do want to be down a little bit further, though. Wrong button again. We'll go 2,400. Send at 400 feet a minute. I don't have us in sight just yet. I'm going to go ahead and do the before, I think that says right there, before landing checklist, just because I'd like to have it done. There's not two of us or anything. Although I guess in this plane normally you just have one. But I'm a little slow sometimes, so I'll do it anyway. Pilot, master, seatbacks, yeah. Seatbelts, yeah. Fuel selector is in both. We never moved it. Mixture is in full rich. Propeller high RPM. Landing lights, taxi lights are both on. Autopilot will be off as soon as we take it off. And And on the landing, let's see, airspeed needs to be 70 to 80 knots with the flaps up. Wing flaps as desired. At full, we need to be below 100 knots to have full flaps. Trim adjust, touchdown, main wheels first, obviously. All of that good stuff. Alright, so we would need to be about 60 knots at full flaps. Yeah, I can't believe I didn't write that stuff down. By the way, we haven't taken a look at too much. You can see how that, like I said, I turned it. Wow. The scenery complexity is at very dense, and the autogen is at dense. Because, like I said, Hamburg, man, it gets yeah, pretty dense, especially around the airport. I do love that, though. It's weird how those sounds do that. Alright, we've got the red, so we know we're actually low. By the way, go ahead and switch that to nav, to the radios. Can't tell if I see a white there or not. We're getting just above it. The approach hold, damn it. Yeah, she's actually climbing and not, I've had this problem before. Need to get back down on that glide slope. I'm gonna put flaps to 10. Just like crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I had problems, I know, last time. And other times, not recording. Alright, we're coming back on it. Power just a little bit. Coming back on it. I'm gonna have to hit the flaps here again in a second though. Probably lose it. Yeah, it's like it wouldn't let it come down because of what we had our altitude set at. I'm not sure if this at this plane or not. Alright, hit the approach. Don't know why heading is flashing. 230. Alright, let's see if she stays on it here. Alright, I had it set to 600, so alright, it is following it. We know that now. Good. Flaps coming out to 20. Increase the power just a little bit. Yeah, I do my checklist a little early. I'm not confident enough in this plane and everything. I want to make sure I have everything done in time. Reset this. I guess it was reset. Alright, flaps coming to 30. That is full flaps. Just hit 1,000 feet, so technically we do need to turn off this autopilot. I'm going to leave it for a second. Let it get me a little closer. Speed to get a little too low. Alright, make sure I got that. Alright, autopilot is off, the plane is mine. She's handling good. A lot better than she was. That takeoff was nasty. Just barely high. Sometimes coming in slow like this makes me all antsy. Slightly high. Alright, we're pretty much on it now. Slightly high. But for the most part, good. Looks like it has been raining here. Try and do it nice and gentle. Not sure if that was nice and gentle or not. The A-to-A, man, it sounds, it always sounds like you hit hard. I don't know if you've actually hit hard or not. I don't know which way to go, right or left. Parking. Get my RPMs up a little here. C. Alright, so go to the right.
Taxiway Charlie, Bravo, runway 5. Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway Charlie, Bravo, runway 5. Cessna 82 Golf.
Alright. It seemed alright, it's just that little when you hit, like I say, A-to-A, it does make it sound. This sounds kind of hard. At least compared to the other ones. Parking brake is coming on. Out of memory, really? Little bitch. Switch over to my other checklist. Short field landing? No. Come on, man. Alright, wing flaps come up. All I've got is wing flaps up and cowlings open, which I already knew both those. So with the parking brake on, maybe that was FSEconomy, because FSEconomy should notice that since our parking brake is on. Alright, so the cowlings are opened, the strobes come off, I'm going to turn the pitot heat off, landing lights come off as well. Parking brake is coming off. But all in all, it seemed pretty good, that landing. I thought. We shall see in the replay. Although the replays looks kind of weird with this plane sometimes because the outside views, I'm not sure why their outside views are odd in this plane, but everybody has those problems, it seems. In fact, I was asked how mine looked a little more normal than other people's. I don't know. Yeah, I guess that wasn't an out-of-memory error. I think it was FSEconomy recognizing that we were done. Or that I had put the parking brake on. Almost forgot to lean this out. Whoa. I'll put it 55. Alright, so what is this taking us around? No, I think it's just coming to the right and then going, I think it's going down further on the other side of the buildings, I guess. Yeah, it seemed like nice landing. It's just I get kind of worried when I hear that BAM from A to A. But everything seemed pretty nice. I really tried to keep myself from really pulling back on the yoke real hard. And, because sometimes I feel like I do that. When I'd flare, I think maybe it's just the sensitivity of the yoke too, and sometimes I end up pulling back a little too hard, I've noticed. Actually flew the 172 in air hauler the other day, because I've been having a hard time with the default ones, getting all these crappy landings. And I flew the ATA 172, my first one of that night. I got a good landing off of it, and I thought it was terrible. Seriously, with that BAM, that sound. I was like, that's a good... I can't remember if it was greaser or okay, and I was like, are you kidding me? And I've been getting all the crappy landings with the default one. Alright, I'm going to stop right here. The hell, is it that building over there? I guess we need to turn on our strobe and landing lights while we're on the runway. I hit my parking brake. Turn that off. Of course, it would have to be like that building. It can't be like the buildings over here where you land. We got to go way back over here. Hopefully, when we go to take off, the wind is the same direction. We'll be right in the area, though, then to take off. It's like, I think there is a returning flight to where we just came from. So we might try that one out. See, this is why I taxi fast. It's stuff like this. You gotta go way down here. Turn that off. Turn this off as well. Autopilot, I don't think you can actually turn that off. Turn the GPS off. I love this aircraft though. Man, it's so nice. I don't know why the views are like that now all of a sudden. And the sound, the outside sound. But flying like this really does make me want to go get my pilot's license. I think if I had a little more money, I'd probably go out and do it. I'm terrified of flying, but I think being in the actually at the controls or up there, I think I'm a little more, I wouldn't have such a hard time. I used to like to fly when I was younger, but I don't know. The whole falling out of the sky thing, it kind of worries me. We're gonna lose an engine. I'm pumping the brakes, but man, by the looks of it, you think I'm mashing them. What a terrible place to have to park. Wait. We got the strobes and landing lights still on. We need to turn that off. Alright, continue. Reset my view. I'll take the first one I can see. There's no need to go all the way down to the end. Whoa, swung her. I hit the brakes. She pulled around. I think we need to go a little further. Alright, put on the parking brake again. And turn off the taxi light and the nav light. Parking brake is set. The throttle comes back to idle. Electrical equipment and autopilot can all go off. Let me actually... Oh, we can probably do it without the yoke. We'll turn this off. It doesn't say when to turn all this off. It says to turn that off. I guess we are good. It doesn't actually it does say mixture idle cutoff. Avionics master switch goes off. Then idle cutoff, ignition switch off. Master switch off, controller, which we don't know how to do. Fuel selectors, put this in left. Sweet. So hopefully FSEconomy says everything was good. We'll go over there and in the flight. Alright, everybody. FSEconomy, I knew there was going to be a problem. It didn't come up and disable FSX or take over at the top. It said, canceled. It said your airplane did not use any fuel, and I believe, oh my god, it's because I should have set the fuel before I set up FSEconomy. Because FSEconomy, I guess it registered the fuel since it can't really put in, and then I obviously changed the fuel. It said because we didn't use any fuel. I should have set it first. But I'll count that as my flight, as the recording, because I'm just going to go and fly it again myself. I won't record that since I just recorded this. Oh, that makes me mad. But yeah, it said didn't use any fuel. Oh man, yeah, you got to set it and then run FSEconomy. Daggone it. So that messed up the fuel. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode, everybody. I hope y'all did enjoy it. I think we'll probably record a return flight, possibly. We'll see. But that's going to be it for this one. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Catch you guys on the next flight.